do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him.
Question looming over everything is, who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
Usyk at cruiserweight or Prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes.
Joe Rogan says Oleksandr Usyk is the best heavyweight boxer of all time. He praises Usyk's amazing footwork and sharp technique. Rogan points out how Usyk tires out and confuses his opponents. He doesn't just beat average fighters, he beats the best, and he does it again and again. Rogan says Usyk's smart thinking and movement make him special. He can make top fighters look ordinary, which shows he belongs among the greatest in boxing history.
Last Dubois fight.
Yeah. Is it crazy? I saw something the other day. It was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my God.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been, because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
constant,
yeah.
there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off.
Yeah.
Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can dance around you.
For sure.
And footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with.
Mm-hmm.
And, he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired. You could see it. It's just dealing with that.
There's got to be
movement.
something Lomachenko's dad, some type of philosophy or something. You know what I mean? Like these guys just kind of tap into, because to be a big guy, there's footwork and all that stuff. But I think, man, shout out to the coach, to the dad.
It's skill, man. It's a skillful type of boxing.
Boxing experts now agree that Usyk is one of the greatest heavyweight boxers ever. Before, names like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield led that list. But Usyk's amazing performances have changed that. He moved from cruiserweight to heavyweight, and not only succeeded, he made history in a division full of big fighters. Usyk didn't just survive outclassing them. His skill, intelligence, and wins over top opponents make him a complete and special fighter. He's not just winning fights, he's changing the standards of heavyweight boxing.
Let's quickly have that conversation then about the best heavyweights of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Because I know in your head you've done it already. I mean, you've done about 20,000 videos since the fight. One of those videos must be saying where he's ranked as an all-time top 10 heavyweight.
Oh, I think he has to be in the top 5, if not top 3. But he has to be. He has to be. And
go on then, name him.
So, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
And I would actually probably say Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah.
Just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Okay.
Just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
I know, look, those two, Lewis and Ali, their resume speaks for itself. The world title fights, they speak for themselves.
I've sat with him and he has an aura.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that, even looking at my videos, there's
he
something
walks
different.
in, dude, and you're like, okay, his eyes, they're this very piercing, and you think, you feel like you are in the presence of something very, very special.
Usyk has beaten almost every top heavyweight, and in many cases, more than once. The heavyweight division today doesn't have as many top names, so he's had to rematch the same fighters. But even in those rematches, Usyk never loses focus or skill. Fans are running out of names they actually want to see him fight. Maybe Joseph Parker is the last option, but even that fight doesn't excite people anymore. Usyk's legacy is safe. He's become champion in multiple divisions and did it with skill, class, and hard work.
Quick feet, he's got some power, and he's got Andy Lee. Those things make that fight pretty intriguing.
I agree, and if he faces him, I think he again will be the heavy favorite. And let's assume he beats him. Do you retire? Do you take another lap around the same block?
Like you said, it's a young 38, and again, I know this is a money game, but the other young heavyweight that I like that's been on a very good run, and we've been impressed with them, Agit Kabayel. And now that's another relatively small heavyweight that's quick-fisted, and he knows how to operate inside. Again, he's already beaten Fury twice. He's fought Joshua twice. When we talk about trilogies, generally it's about 1-1,
right?
Not 2-0.
Exactly.
Although we just had one with Serrano and Taylor, but again, they have limited opposition. But there you have it. Oleksandr Usyk once again becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And rounding out Boxing Palooza 2025 from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
There's talk that Joseph Parker might be Usyk's next opponent, but many fans feel it wouldn't be a real challenge. Analyst Edo Ladipo even said he'd rather see Usyk fight Derek Chisora again, not because Chisora would win, but because he brings action and fun to the ring. Chisora knows how to make a fight exciting, but the truth is, Usyk is on another level. He's much better than both Parker and Chisora. Any new fight would just remind fans that Usyk is clearly the best.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number one for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get. I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's rankings. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. That's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Rising boxer Fabio Wardley gave advice to anyone planning to fight Usyk. Basic skills aren't enough. Usyk's defense and movement are too advanced. Wardley says you need to be flexible, tough, and use unusual combinations like mixing right, hooks, left crosses, and fake moves to throw Usyk off. But he also said that doing all that under pressure is extremely difficult. Inside the ring, many fighters end up chasing shadows while Usyk controls the fight calmly.
And then you found something. How difficult is it when your tactics aren't working, and they weren't working for Daniel? And look, I'm not comparing Oleksandr Usyk to Justice Hooney, but you had to find something and you found it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that there is a level of belief of I will find it. I can find the way. I will find the way. And maybe some kind of and stubbornness, especially from my part, probably of like, I'm not rolling over. I will find a way. Like, I will manage my way out of this situation. I will extend the alphabet past the letter Z until I find the right plan that works here, the right situation, the right combination, the right punch. I will exhaust all options, me personally. And it is
No, don't do this to us.
stuff, and you're just going, your brain's going, this isn't working. Like, I don't know what you're on about. Like, it's not happening. It's not working. And then you have to get up and you have to G yourself up and get yourself going again. And
Joe Rogan often talks about how impressive Usyk is. He explains that Usyk started out smaller than the men he now defeats easily, even after moving up in weight. Usyk didn't just compete, he dominated. Rogan admires how Usyk handles huge heavyweights with skill and calm, while others rely on size and power. Usyk uses his mind to break opponents down. Rogan says the way Usyk combines his smaller size with amazing success makes him incredible to watch.
Yes.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
And he's smaller than everybody.
He's fighting giants.
He's fighting giants.
When you're fighting a guy who's 60 pounds heavier with 10-ounce, 12-ounce gloves, it makes such a world of difference. Trying to hurt
Especially
somebody.
when the guy is fucking Anthony Joshua. You know?
But please understand, Usyk fought at, I think, 75 when he started out. He's not a big brain guy.
He's like 225, 230 as a heavyweight.
220. Not even 230.
not big. Not big,
And that's
man.
a lot of...
By the way, that was Tyson's weight when he was in his prime, too. Yeah. There's something to be said for that, because a 220-pound man like Mike Tyson can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, your jaw
The amount of power he can generate is insane.
Former champion Shannon Briggs said something surprising. He thinks Usyk would beat a prime Evander Holyfield. Briggs explained that Usyk isn't just a skilled boxer anymore, his real strength is his incredible fitness. Before, Usyk used footwork and angles, but now he wears down opponents with non-stop pressure and energy. Even against world-class fighters, Usyk keeps moving, punching, and controlling the pace until they break. That's what makes him different from everyone else.
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes, I know so. Because you can be skillful for 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, but if that guy got that pressure on you and you can't stop it, it's like, it's just running your machine too fast. Your machine, you're going to lose, like you're going to go down. And they still going up. Like Usyk, he's still going up. 12th round, he's strong as in the first round. He throwing punches like he's the first round. No one else has done that, been able to do that in the history of boxing.
How would you have fought Usyk?
I would have tried to knock him out. You know, but you see, again, me and my best, from my escape plan is, I'm boxing him cool and relaxed. And I'm countering the heck out of him. And I'm also boxing.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. admitted he didn't expect Usyk to be this dominant. He talked about Daniel Dubois and said Dubois used basic moves, which aren't enough against someone like Usyk. Jones said big heavyweights can beat Usyk, but only with a perfect game plan. That plan needs pressure, smart changes, and strong stamina. Without it, they have no chance. Usyk is great at reading patterns, and once he understands a fighter, he takes control. Jones made it clear, beating Usyk won't happen by luck.
Oleksandr Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected, because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this, if you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid had got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. That's not going to work.
Well, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, you know, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him, just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fight him with the right fight plan. And I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's going to destroy you.